There are a plethora of books out there on the tarot, so I have gone through my collection and pulled out 10 of my must-read tarot books for all tarot aficionados, people who love tarot, and professionals. Hi, my tarot bumblebees, it's Ethony. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for joining me for this video. Let's jump in with my must-reads. Now, before I get to the actual list, I have to say a couple things. Yes, I know. Firstly, this does not represent the vast majority of tarot books out there. There are literally thousands of tarot books out there, and while I have hundreds of them, I actually don't own every tarot book, nor have I read every tarot book. This is just a reflection of what's in my collection and books that I reference or have read a number of times. Secondly, this is not in any particular order. Number 1 is not the best, number 10 is not the best. It's just whatever order I pick the books up in. And of course, I can always do another one of these lists if you want to find out more about other books that I recommend. All of these books are pretty much Rider-Waite-Smith based tarot books, meaning that they focus on that system of tarot, as it is the system that I read with and teach as well. Some of the books actually talk about other systems as well, but they are mostly Rider-Waite-Smith. All right, let's jump in. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. The first book is The 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack. Now, I own 3 versions of this book. This is the most recent version. I love this book. I love this book so much. I'm actually listening to it on Audible as well. I'm so glad it's on Audible. This is a treasure trove of tarot information. I don't even know what to say about this book that's not exquisite. You need to go out and get it. You need to read it. It's going to help you see the cards in a really deep manner. Rachel has an amazing tarot voice. She is a living legend for a reason. Get it, read it, love it, love it. I read it more than once and I'm going to keep reading it. Have I said read it enough? I think I have. The second book is Tarot for Yourself by another living legend, Mary K. Greer. This is again another book that has just been re-released in the last couple of years. I have the original one. I think it's called Tarot Mirrors. I also have that as well. I went and found it when it was not in print, and it is meant to be written in. So this is a workbook for learning the tarot and really diving into the tarot for yourself, as per the title says. It is a wonderful way to connect to your own interpretations and your own understanding of the cards, and then how that can then play out in your readings. Mary is another classic author for the tarot, and I recommend reading anything by her as well, but Tarot for Yourself is a wonderful book. Number 3 is Holistic Tarot by Benebell, and you know, if nothing else, if you don't read it, it's a projectile weapon. She is a thick girl and it is amazing. This is a classic. It is a modern classic. Benebell has done an incredible service to our industry. I mean, it is like big books and it cannot lie, especially about tarot. And when it's good as this and Benebell rocks and you know you gotta have it on your bookcase. Woo, 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 woo. Honestly, it's a fantastic book. Benebell goes through, oh my gosh, Rider-Waite, the Thoth, astrological symbols, the meanings, the key concepts. I mean, I don't think there is anything that is missing from this, like Tarot for Yourself, Tarot and Love. There's a whole bunch of appendices and all the notes. Honestly, if you don't have this book and you read tarot, why? Go get it. It's phenomenal. The 4th book is a shameless plug, and it's my book, Your Tarot Court by Moi. I put this on there because I wrote it, and I actually think it's a worthy read in regards to understanding the tricky court cards and understanding different aspects and archetypes of the cards. It'll shift your perspective from just like the more traditional meanings of the cards, even though it does still have those in there, but then you can read them as archetypes. I've probably said a lot about this book, but I recommend you read this one if you're getting stuck on your tarot court card. Number 5 is another chunky monkey. It is Tarot Deciphered by T. Susan Chang, and look at this book. It is so glorious. This actually just came out this year. This is a new one. I ordered this on pre-order and then I got it by Llewellyn. And it has got so much. She's got Rider-Waite-Smith symbolism, Thoth symbolism, related cards, Kabbalah, mythology or time of year, astrology, elements, I mean, like associated minors, themes, like it is honestly so amazing how much information is in this in regards to decoding all the symbols and correspondences in the tarot. And then honestly, there are just diagrams and deacon information, and it's just phenomenal. So another classic by T. Susan Chang and M. Moline. Go get it, it's brilliant. Love it, I reference it all the time, and I read it all the time too. Number 6 is Tarot Beyond the Little White Book by Liz Worth. As you can see, I have tagged a bunch of areas in this book. This is a privately published book, so you need to go get it from Liz Worth's website through Lulu. It is really fantastic. It goes through a lot of different aspects of the cards that you are maybe not going to get in a little white book, which is a little companion book. You've got in a career-related readings, relationship readings, possibilities, how it may manifest as a challenge, and then there's a bunch of questions that you can go through and sort of reflect on when each of the cards appear. It is a really wonderful book. I constantly praise this book. And I think if you're reading tarot, if you're getting a little deck that has a little white book and you need more information, this is well worth your time and money. Number 7 is for my history buffs. This is Tarot, the History, Symbolism and Divination by Robert Place. If you are interested in the history of the tarot, Robert Place's books are fantastic. Look no further, go and check out his website. I have every single one of his books. He is a really lovely dude to boot. Honestly, as a tarot historian and another living legend of the tarot world, there is just so much in here that you're going to get to know about the cards. I've also been super blessed to be at the Met with Robert, to go behind the scenes and learn about the history of tarot with him in a workshop and see some original, very early artwork. And it is phenomenal and so interesting when you break down the medieval symbols and the artwork and how it's evolved and what it's done for the practice, and it's just so interesting. I'm a book nut, I absolutely love history, and so of course I'm going to recommend anything from Robert Place. He also has a bunch of tarot decks as well that are really great. The 8th book is The Big Book of Tarot. This is by Joan Bunning, and I'm so glad that she wrote another book. If you do not know Learning the Tarot as a website or as a book, I actually have that as well at home on my bookshelf. I brought this one instead of Learning the Tarot because this is new. I love it. As you can see, I have marked a bunch of pages in here. It's just, I mean, like, come on. There's so much information about every tarot card. I love the tarot so much. I can literally just sit here and I'm going to try really hard not to get distracted. But there's a whole bunch of information about breaking down the Celtic cross, going through each one of the cards, how they interact with each other. Phenomenal. Going through pairs in a reading. Get this book for sure. I absolutely love it. I think it is a must read for those who read the Radow system. Number 9 is The Tarot and the Tree of Life, and this is by Isabel Kliegman, and I love this book. I adore this book because it focuses on the minor arcana and the Tree of Life in Kabbalah. A lot of books focus on the major arcana as its main point of view and its main focal point. With this, you're really getting to know the everyday magic of the minor arcana, as those are the way in which we move through the world, how we interact with the elements, how we interact with different positions of power, how we interact with and manipulate and change our world. The minor arcana is super important, and that's why I love this book. It's one of my little treasures that I found over the years, and I know a lot of people also know it, but it's, yeah, I really love it. So go get it. Number 10 is The Tarot by Alfred Douglas. It was a book written in the early 70s, and I have found that a lot of tarot books actually use a lot of what Alfred talks about in this book as their sort of jump off point. It's a really lovely little piece of history. I actually have 3 copies of this book. The very first one I got was in rough condition. This one I found online on a secondhand bookshop, and it is in such good condition for a book on tarot from the 70s, so I picked it up. It is a really wonderful little book to read. As you can see, I've tagged a few little areas. I just really enjoy this book as a piece of not only knowledge but also tarot history. I have so many tarot books, so let me know if you would like a part 2 in the comments below. And if you want to check out my recommendations for advanced tarot decks, make sure you check out this video where I walk you through some of my picks. And I'll see you all next time.